Good morning, everybody. It is, I think, around 6:15, 6:30. Actually, it must be about 6:30. I started hiking just a couple minutes before 6. I realized this morning that I left my GPS on all night, which just drained the battery, so I had to get it rigged up so it can charge, which it is doing now with this cord down to my hip belt. So all's good. But it's a lovely, cool morning, and I'm kind of nestled in between two hills. So even though the sun is rising, or has risen, it's still not quite up over this hill on the other side. So it's making for some really nice, cool hiking. And I've got about 12 miles to the first water source. So right now I have about 4 liters of water, or 3 1/4, which should be enough to get me there. There's a couple kind of gnarly water sources before the good one, so if I'm running low I can always just dip into that and filter it. But hopefully I'll make it to the nice clear one. And then overall today it's about 20 miles to the water cache, which is the last and final water cache. So my goal is to get to the water tank, take a break, get to the water cache, and then hike so I'm not that far out of Lordsburg, so I can have a pretty full day in Lordsburg tomorrow to charge up and maybe do some hiker trash laundry in the McDonald's sink. Oh God, trail life is good. While it's cool still in the day, in the morning, I've been thinking about the conditions out here, and it's pretty brutal. There's not a lot of room for forgiveness, at least in this section so far. And I say that I'm super grateful that I've been kind of, not pushing myself too hard, pushing myself a little bit, but only for water, and staying really, really hydrated. I took a trip with my wife to New Zealand just not that long ago, and it was so dry there, and I noticed that I had to drink a lot more water, and my throat always kind of felt a little dry, and it's very dry here too, super arid. So I'm doing my best to stay hydrated, and that's working really, really well. I just am very conservative with the water, and I just drink a ton when I get to the water sources. But we've already had one guy who was trying to hike this trail for his Triple Crown have to push his little SOS button on the Garmin because he had some kind of heat exhaustion or heat stroke. I wasn't there at the time. I just got it through trail mail, hikers. And then another guy yesterday who seems really strong, he's thru-hiked the AT, and he's considering getting off at Lordsburg because of the heat. Now, he's from Maine, so that could be a factor. I at least have some experience with heat in Georgia, although it's very different kind of heat. But yeah, I'm just happy to be healthy and feeling good as I get closer to Lordsburg, that's for sure. Good morning, Cal. Good morning.
Pretty close to it, man.
Yeah, 3 feet maybe? I snuck up on him, I think. But that's the thing, like, it's making so much noise. Oh man. So, I was hiking with Samson the bear for a little bit this morning, and I ran right up on a rattlesnake. I was hiking pretty fast, he was right behind me, and I got within like 3 feet before I could slow my roll and back off. It kind of curled up and or coiled up into striking position and was waving that rattle. Man, that was a close call. But you know, the thing about snakes is they don't want to mess with me any more than I want to mess with them. So I'm just happy he rattled and let me know he was there. And then we made a little sign up trail. Tried to toss some rocks at it from a distance just to get it to move off the trail. Just throw some rocks nearby, but he didn't want to move, so. Anyway, I don't really need to have that experience again, but it was kind of cool, I guess. I was gonna stop at a water source 12 miles out, but I made such good time this morning. I'm pushing to one another 4 miles away, so be doing, I think 16 and change or something like that on the water that I had, which is pretty good. We had a really nice morning. It's hot as blazes now though. It's probably 11:30, so it's about time to get to that next water source and have a siesta. Good morning. It's a couple minutes to 7 and I am making my way into Lordsburg. Should just be about an hour walk or so. And yeah, then I can do all my town stuff. Hoping to find a shower, hoping to do some laundry. But if I don't do any of that stuff, I'll probably just rinse something out. Maybe my shirt in a sink somewhere, hopefully, and eat some food and resupply. And then I'm gonna hike out tonight when it's cool to start making my way towards Silver City. Just walking by the Lordsburg Veterans Park. And there's the tank. Just about 5.5 miles out of Lordsburg this morning, and I'm sure this video won't do the sunrise justice, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's really cool this morning, actually almost cold, so it's kind of a nice break from the heat. Yeah, I think the coolest morning so far. Really loving it. Day 2 out of Lordsburg. Last night we camped about 5 miles from town. And today's been really great so far. Had some nice cloud cover and just kind of pushing up with some elevation gain. Hiked a little over 10 miles. Picked up some water at a nice cow tank and got 13 more to go until the next water source. So I'll probably walk as it's getting to be late morning, walk until about noon or so, and then look for some shade to kind of wait out the heat of the day, and then walk the rest to get to the next water source, which is some kind of solar well. Should be interesting. Anyway, so far I'm getting intermittent cloud cover, which is super nice. More than we've had on any other day, so that's helping out a lot. Luxuries in the desert.